Hey, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Tropical Habs back here today for a brand new video surrounding the Montreal Canadiens and former first round pick in 2018 by the club, Jesperi Kotkaniemi. So today we're gonna talk about him. We're gonna talk about the fact that he's not producing well in Carolina, and we're going to make an update of his career, probably the last update that I'm going to make on Jesperi Kotkaniemi ever. But before getting into the video, I invite you guys to please subscribe to the channel. I'm one of the fastest Habs reporter out there, Habs reviewer. So if you want to be updated with everything that's going on with the Montreal Canadiens, former players and all of that, I invite you guys to subscribe and turn on post notification, as well as the like button if you like the video. Let's try and get 75 likes on this video. We always get to 50. I always ask for 50, so it's pretty fair for us to think that we are going to be able to hit 75. So yeah, today we're gonna talk about Kotkaniemi because yeah, he hasn't been doing really well with the Carolina Hurricanes so far this season. Even last year, it wasn't his best season at all. Even though it was his fourth season in the NHL, and he hasn't been progressing. His best season is still his rookie season, so that just shows that there's a problem with the development of this guy. Former third overall pick in the 2018 NHL entry draft by the Montreal Canadiens. A lot of people were calling him a bust after his second season. I was defending him. I'm not going to lie. I was just like, bro, give him the time. He has the talent. He has everything. He's going to be fine. He's going to play good. He's going to break out at some point. He's now 22. 22 and a half almost. So yeah, he's getting to the 23s, and he hasn't been breaking out at all. He had he's not been breaking out at all. So in his first season in Montreal, in his rookie season, who is still his best season, he got 34 points in 79 games, 11 goals, 23 assists, as the youngest player in the NHL at 18 years old. It was a pretty good season, a pretty darn good season. And you look at that and you're like, bro, this guy's going to be the real deal. Like 34 points in 79 games played at 18 years old in the NHL. It's pretty darn good. It's pretty darn good. And at that point, people were saying, all right, looks like Marc Bergevin made the right move. They made the right decision to pick Kotkaniemi, even though it was a controversial pick. He looks good. He's developing right. And then the season after, he came in, and in 36 games, 8 points, 6 goals, 2 assists. And I think that in his first 20 games, he had 1 point. So, yeah, really not ideal. Really not ideal in 1920. He got scratched a lot, but I mean a lot. And he got sent to the Laval Rocket for 13 games, where he got 1 goal, 12 assists for 13 points. He was carrying it a lot with Charludon in that season with the Laval Rocket. And then after, the Canadiens went into the bubble. They made the playoffs in the bubble. And he did pretty decent. He did pretty decent. He got 4 goals, 4 points. And he was really good against the Flyers in those playoffs. And we were like, all right, Kotkaniemi, he went to Laval. He got some points with Udon. He might have got his confidence back. He looks all right in the playoffs. So we were hyped for the season after. And in the season after, he was back to terrible 56 games in the 2021 season. 5 goals, 15 assists for 20 points, which is, again, worse than his rookie season. So you don't see any development coming from the guy. And in the playoffs, he did all right. He did all right with 5 goals, 5 important goals. And the game winner in Game 6 against the Toronto Maple Leafs was his most important goal as a Canadian in his career with Montreal. And 3 assists for 8 points, which isn't bad. And again, at that moment, we were like, all right, Kotkaniemi's going to finally break up next year. And then all of a sudden, the Carolina Hurricanes decided to offer a sheet the guy. They decided to offer a sheet the guy. Marc Bergevin decided not to match. And I was just like, bro, that's weird. Because, like, you decided to draft him. He was supposed to go 15th overall in the 2018 NHL draft. You decided to draft him with your 3rd overall pick in front of guys like Brady Tkachuk, Quinn Hughes, all of that. And just 3 years after, like 3 years, it's not a long time in development of a young guy. you decide to let him walk. I was just like, all right, that's fair. Made the right move because right now he's doing terrible. But like, if he wasn't if he wasn't worth the money in 2021, he wasn't worth it 3 years back when you drafted him, in my opinion. So the move really bad. The Canadiens should have drafted Brady Tkachuk. The entire scouting team of the Canadiens were saying to Timmins and Bergevin, you need to pick up Brady Tkachuk. And they said, nah, we're drafting the center who's supposed to go 15th overall with the 3rd overall pick. And yeah, it was a mistake because Brady Tkachuk now is seen by a lot of people like the real 1st overall of that draft. Is tearing it with the Ottawa Senators. And just imagine a line with Montreal of Caulfield, Suzuki, and Tkachuk. That would have been amazing. Amazing. Would have been one of the best lines in the NHL. Would have been the new Pasternak, Marchand, Bergeron, in my opinion. But yeah, they didn't, so we can't complain. But yeah, after that, I was just like, all right, he's going to go with the Hurricanes. They have good players. They have Svechnikov, Hall, Nietzsche, all of those guys. He's going to play with offensive players, with some Finnish dudes that are really, really good. Teravainen, Hall. He's going to break out. He's going to finally break out. And then 66 games, 12 goals, 17 assists, 29 points, which is still not better than what he did in his rookie season. And it's weird in my opinion. Like, he hasn't been developing at all. And then after they went to the playoffs and he got 2 points in 14 games for a guy that usually scores a lot of goals in the playoffs. Well, he did for the Canadiens. He only got 2 points, 2 assists in 14 games for the Carolina Hurricanes in the playoffs last year. And yeah, this season has been rough. It's been really rough. In 18 games, 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points. And the worst part of that is that in 14 of those 18 games, he was playing with Svechnikov and Nikis. And Svechnikov and Nikis have a combined total of 53 points. How can you play with 2 guys that have a total of points of 53 and only get in 14 games and only come out of this with only 3 points? And he's a +2 as well. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And he was digging some things to the Canadiens. He was like, bro, they weren't developing me right. They didn't help me at all. I think you're not helping yourself, Jesperi, man, because you haven't been developing at all. And I think your biggest problem is your attitude. That's it. I think the problem of Kotkaniemi is his attitude. He got a good rookie season at the point where he had a good attitude. After that, he started a slow start, got to the level rocket, and at that moment, he became the villain. He started to have a little bit of an attitude towards coach, and I think that it followed him to the Hurricanes, and that he just thinks he's better than the team. And now, when that happens, you don't play as a team, and you don't perform right. So yeah, it's pretty fair to say that the people calling Kotkaniemi a bust back when he was with the Canadiens were right. Kotkaniemi is a bust after all, and I'm ready to say it now because I don't think that he will ever break out. I think that his contract is a really bad one for the Carolina Hurricanes, that they probably regret offers sheeting him. So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. It was a quick recap about what Kotkaniemi's career is looking like, and right now he has 3 points. Tristan Jarry, goalie of the Pittsburgh Penguins, has 4 assists. So when a goalie has more points than you and you're playing with the initial superstars, it's kind of fucking cringe, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, tell me what you guys think about this in the comments below. It's been your boy Tropical Habs, and I'll see y'all later tonight for another video. Bye bye.